When you're learning English, it's not always grammar or vocabulary that trips you up, it's real-life situations. Booking a hotel, understanding a website, reading signs, these are the moments where your English needs to be practical, not just correct. And sometimes, even when you do everything right, things still go hilariously wrong. But those are the stories that help you learn the most. Here on TrueTalk, we turn real travel mistakes into unforgettable English lessons. Noah had been planning his solo trip through Scandinavia for months. He was excited to see Norway's fjords, Sweden's cities, and Denmark's famous design. As someone who had just started traveling alone, he wanted everything organized ahead of time. Flights booked. Train tickets ready. Hotel in Copenhagen booked online through a site that offered cheaper accommodations from independent hosts. The photos looked perfect, clean, modern, minimal Scandinavian style. A cozy room with a desk, soft lighting, a large bed, and lots of natural wood furniture. The listing described it as a private guest suite with unique Danish charm, located in the city center. There were no reviews yet, but the price was great, so Noah clicked reserve and moved on with his plans. Fast forward 2 weeks later. He arrived in Copenhagen late in the afternoon, dragging his suitcase down cobblestone streets. He followed the GPS on his phone to a quiet block not far from Tivoli Gardens. The building was beautiful, with big glass windows and sleek signage. But something was strange. On the door, instead of the name of a hotel, there was a logo, Nordform Living. He rang the bell. A woman opened the door, looking slightly surprised. "Yes?" Noah said, "Hi, I have a reservation here for 2 nights." She blinked. "Reservation?" He pulled out his phone, showed her the confirmation email. She frowned. Then laughed, kindly, but clearly amused. "Ah, I think there's a misunderstanding. This is a furniture showroom." Noah stood there, completely confused. "But the photos?" She nodded. "Yes, we had a photo shoot last month. Someone must have used the photos without permission. People keep booking this address thinking it's a hotel." He just stared at her. "So I don't have a place to sleep tonight?" She looked sympathetic. "Unfortunately not here. But there's a real hotel around the corner. They might have a room." Noah mumbled a thank you and turned away, dragging his suitcase again, this time with a mix of embarrassment and panic. How had he fallen for this? His English wasn't bad, he had understood the listing, or so he thought. But maybe the phrases were vague. Private suite could mean a room in someone's house. Unique charm could mean almost anything. And central location didn't mean legitimate. He found the hotel the woman mentioned. Thankfully, they had a room, expensive, but available. That night, in his actual hotel bed, Noah reviewed the original listing again and saw the warning signs. No reviews. No host name. No real address. He had booked based on photos and vague phrases. But he didn't let it ruin his trip. In fact, it made the story better. The next morning, he started his day at a cafe and told the waiter, "I thought I booked a hotel, but it was a furniture shop." The waiter laughed, then said, "Welcome to Denmark. Now let's talk about the kind of English phrases that can confuse travelers." Words like sweet, charming, or private unit might sound fancy, but they can hide a lot of ambiguity. Ambiguity means something is unclear or has more than one possible meaning. It's easy to misunderstand when listings use emotional or vague language. Expressions like booked online, dragging a suitcase, stood there confused, or fell for it are also useful. Fell for it means you were tricked. It's a very common expression, especially when something sounds too good to be true. Also, take note of the phrase photo shoot. It means the place was arranged to look good in pictures, but that doesn't mean it was ever a real hotel. These real experiences are your best classroom. When you travel, when you use English in the wild, you're going to make mistakes. But those mistakes become your best teachers. They stick in your memory because they're tied to emotion, surprise, and sometimes a little pain. So here's your task today. Go look up a hotel listing in English. Try to find the vague phrases. Try to identify the red flags. And tell us in the comments, have you ever been confused by something you read in English while traveling? Don't forget to subscribe to TrueTalk for more real travel mistakes that help you learn real English. Because it's not just about getting it right, it's about learning from what goes wrong.